So hello everyone, this is Aether Nightmare and welcome back to Genshin Impact. So it is time for a temporary quest, which is Final Long Range Sightlines. Warriors from cross to back continue to exchange techniques and refine their tactics together. Recently, skilled shooters from the Knights of Avonius, Fontaine's Mason Garionage, and Natlan's Flower Feather Clan have assembled at the Lumideus Harbor for a distinctive joint exercise. So let's see what's going on. We don't typically have events way over here. This could be part of the film festival. I hope it doesn't overlap, because I'm still recording that. Terminal ballistics are impeccable, and the dispersion is close to the ideal. According to our assessment, models here at the Mason Garionage's Weapons Bureau, your weapon is very much a cannon. It's just a shame that we need at least 2 teams worth of manpower to deploy your musket into the field. It's too complicated to use. Thank you for your approval, Officer Chevreuse. Actually, I don't think the high barrier to entry is a bad thing. Before I had the Soul Sniper ritual staff custom-made by Shalonen, we agreed that the stronger the weapon, the stricter its usage standards should be. And yet I usually just blast everything with it. Apart from the difficulty of use, I've even considered placing a moral cognition-based lock on such weapons. Oh gosh, she's creating the Psychopath weapon. That way we can ensure they are wielded by the right people, preventing any immense damage resulting from criminal theft. I mean, but then how do you determine that? That creates its own conundrum. That's a fair concern, Officer Chaska. Weapon theft that leads to committed crimes is not uncommon here in Fontaine. Wow, so many friends! Fontaine's Mason Garionage, Natlan's Flower Feather Clan, and a Knight of Avonius? What's going on with this little gathering of yours? Reconvening the multilateral exchange, another joint wargame. Bullseye, you caught onto the situation immediately. Some time back, the Special Patrol sent Tirena to Liyue to take part in a joint wargame. That wargame became the catalyst for ever more frequent exchanges between the armed forces of various nations. This time around, it's the routine ballistic wargame between Fontaine and Mondstadt, aimed at sharpening combatants' battlefield planning capabilities on all sides. At this time, thanks to our friends in the Knight of Avonius putting on a good word, the warriors of Natlan's Flower Feather Clan have joined the wargame as well. The Flower Feather Clan warriors are skilled at firing while in a fight. They've opened the doors to a whole new world for us. Huh, the Knights must have gotten to know the Natlanese warriors during their expedition, then. Paimon should have thought of that sooner. But what's a ballistic wargame, really? Paimon understands every word individually, but put them together and it gets a little confusing. Doesn't shooting just mean firing the gun and being done with it? Are bullets allowed into wargames too? Yeah, if everyone has unlimited ammunition, you just hold down the trigger and most enemies would be no problem at all. But combat is a drawn-out process. A shooter can only carry so much ammunition, so every shot needs to land, and to land strategically. So the Knights of Avonius have developed a new type of grenade to help shooters sharpen their understanding. I'm struggling. The principle behind it is a little complicated, though. As for the specifics, I'll let our friend from the Knights of Avonius walk you through it. Coming apologies. It was buried in report organizing that hadn't even noticed the honorary knight and their little white companion. My greetings to you both. Oh, it's a woman, sorry. I'm Hedwig, member of the Knights of Avonius' General Affairs Company. I know we've technically met her before, but I don't always remember them. In charge of recording proceedings for the wargame and coordinating between the gunsmiths and our other allies. Speaking of which, the device for this round actually has a connection to you two. Do you remember the strange Simirichal statue that appeared in Dadaupa Gorge? Vaguely. Long time ago, that. Don't remember. Doesn't matter, does it? I think I vaguely do. Even Paimon's a bit fuzzy on it, Hedwig. Why don't you give us the short version? It might have been an event that I missed, since I haven't been doing all of the timed quests anymore, depending on my own availability and schedule. Right then, I'll skip past old legends and the scattered intel and cut to it. According to the investigation company's findings, that statue was the work of an ancient Simirichal. The Ladler of Broth, Childrick, had taken an unused domain and reshaped it into a place to drill his battle formations. Okay, I don't remember that one. The honorary knight defeated one of Chadrick's lingering shadows back then, which caused the domain to collapse, and the eyes of Upano that oversaw the formations scattered about into the open. Once the support company had a sample in hand, they spent the better part of the year carefully disassembling and analyzing it. Eventually, they got the technology figured out, combined it with their design principles of Liu's overhead surveillance devices, and produced a kind of visualizing observation grenade meant for long-range reconnaissance, so a shooter can gather information from a position of safety. So we're going to be sniping. Yeah, worth noting, I'm still trying to record all of the, voiced events that are important to the story, but little miniature ones like this aren't always as important, so I haven't been jumping on them.
What a roundabout journey. Paimon never imagined that the little fellow we wrapped up without much fanfare would leave behind such a mysterious treasure.
A lot of that, too, was because I was missing access to areas or parts of story. The upshot is, in a wargame setting, the observation grenade lets shooters see through the eyes of the round of flight, deepening their grasp of a trajectory and obstacles. So they can practice shooting strategies geared towards different scenarios. It works on quite a few clever little angles. As for us Flower Feather Clan members, our Saurian riders often have difficulty determining the efforts of shots made while riding our Kukusaurs. We're up in the sky, after all, with our targets being far away. Those observation grenades can thus help us conduct battlefield damage assessments. That's a lot to learn from the Special Patrol, by the way. It's a very concise concept. Sounds pretty neat. Glad to be of help? At present, the people involved in the wargame have completed everything our two leaders, Chaska and Chevruz, have designed for them. All that's left to do is complete our wargame with an expanded sample. Since you're here, Honorary Knight, would you like to try it out? By all means. I did notice during the Fontanalia Film Festival that you're quite a crack shot, and an inspired one too. Oh, so you can, see into the future, because I haven't done that yet. That's perfect. I'm personally interested to see how much of your marksmanship's improved over the years. And from the perspective of the wargame, your lack of familiarity with the other observation grenades means you can form an excellent control group for us. I mean, I guess we technically had the one film festival with the Inazuma people.
It does feel like the grenade thing has a real history with us. Might as well try its effect ourselves, eh? It should be pretty fun.
Guess I'll have to step up and take this seriously. A bit of marksmanship practice is good for me too. Gee, it's almost like potentially in the future we might be wielding a gun or something. If at the trailer's anything to go by.
Totally. An extra skill's an extra skill, right? Never know if we'll run into some sort of bad guy who can be taken out with muskets or something.
Yeah. Great, in that case, I'll prepare a venue and notify all those we have playing as targets. The rules are simple. Make a few adjustments as possible while defeating your targets efficiently. I should first say that this drill was made to be tough. Even the Special Patrol's previous marksmanship instructor, Eugenie, I'm assuming? Ingenie? I'm just gonna say Eugenie. Was barely able to pass, but I suspect you'll do just fine. Of course, there's no need to feel pressured. Sometimes shooting is not just about technique, but also about inspiration that arrives as light as feathers, and a little luck to send it off into the wind. Don't think of this as a test, but more as a relaxing game. Perhaps you'll gain something unexpected from all this, In final long-range Sightlines, Traveler must fire an observation grenade to hit every target in the drill ground without touching any obstacles. After hitting a target, the observation grenade can be fired again from that target's current position in a new direction. There was another minigame similar to this, but I didn't get to play it. Continuing to fly in a straight line. The challenge fails if it hits an obstacle. The farther the observation grenade flies before hitting a target, the higher the score. To get a high score in the drill, plan your trajectory carefully and aim for long-range hits whenever possible. Mark targets arranging the firing order to help plan the projectile's path. Aim at the target and select the corresponding button to mark it. Select the same button again to unmark it. You can also use the clear all option to remove all current target marks.
Wait.
I mean, I did just do some super battle golf with friends. We didn't record it, but... how's it going? Making every shot count? Sort of, though I don't exactly use guns. Another skill is another choice you can make. Who knows, you might find yourself in the future situation where your usual combat skills are restricted. Game, you trying to tell me something? When that time comes, the option of using a musket at range will be open to you. Mind if I ask you for more advice then? Hardly, there's no need to call it advice. We'll just be sharing our experiences. Terena described your previous shooting form to me. From where I'm standing, you could well have the potential to become the best shot in Teyvat and even set a new long-range record. I'm wondering if they're going to add guns to the game as like a standard character thing. Like, they're adding a new weapon set in general, so Chevreuse would... She'll probably remain a pole character just because they most likely won't change them. But I wonder if future characters, if they wield a gun, will just get to have guns and not, like, have some other sub-weapon. Of course, live combat situations, urban settings, and target shooting challenges have their own unique features. Use the musket in your hands a few more times, and I'm sure you'll uncover its secrets. How are we getting on with Natlini's friends, by the way? Oh? Well then, permit me to be frank. I suspect that if we want to recruit Miss Chaska, her bare annual salary would come up to 60 million mora. Oops, sorry. I didn't know what I said. Nope, that's the right figure. Can I see what I said? Oh, sorry, how much? Nope, that's the right figure. From the Mason Garionnage's experience, building a piece of weaponry capable of matching her mobility and firepower would be likely hundreds of billions of mora in budget, several thousand engineers spread across multiple institutions, and over a decade of technological breakthroughs, R&D, and testing, and it still might not succeed. It's not all hyperbole to call her a soul sniper or a Mora vault that flies. Yep, you gotta remember, bullets are expensive, and so is the machinery, like in the Team Fortress 2 trailer. It costs $10,000 to fire this gun for 12 seconds. At least I think that's the numbers in it. When I watch her engaging targets, I find myself automatically converting each shot she takes into the cost of an equivalent musket round and cannon round. From a cost-effectiveness standpoint, putting on a payroll at the salary we'd offer would be a steal. The figures are favorable enough to leave even the most cynical merchant in awe. It seems like it's gone well beyond a question of Mora. She's got her duties at the Far Feather Clan, you know. The other option would be to hire Shilonen, the person who actually made it to begin with, and just refine the overall tech. I understand, she's also a holder of a Natlinese ancient name that makes her one of the most important figures across all of Natlan, which is why I can really only express this wish to you. I'll think of other approaches, borrowing Miss Chaska's strength wherever possible so that I can't read tonight, so that the Special Patrol's capabilities can develop in a more well-rounded direction. Got any topics that aren't about work? Good question. I think Miss Chaska will be well suited to starring in a crime film, and absolutely in the leading role. A paranormal adventure with a thrilling edge to it would also be fitting. Investigating ruins, unearthing ancient powers, working around mysterious factions. Next time I see Director Savior, I'll mention the idea to him in passing. And let me go look around some more. Don't be impatient. Feel out the workings of the musket carefully. Observe the tracer trajectories and the hit-confirming signals. The flash of inspiration will find you sooner or later. The whole bunch of people around here, good gracious. Really not gonna play another round, instructor?
I've already got my best score on the board. You saw, I'm getting a bit too old for this. Up against this fancy new war game, the most I can do is scrape by with the passing grade.
I thought you were immortal. But the passing grade is 60% of Captain Chevreuse' score. Outside of you, everybody else flunked, so what's the too old coming from? Especially since, again, I don't think they age. Keep listening. If you don't shoot now, I'll never see you holding a musket again. I don't even feel it coming on. How did the time go by so quickly? Oh.
Huh? What are you crying for, kiddo? I'm just retiring. It's not like we'll never see each other again. You want to see me, easy enough. Pick a place, treat me to dinner once a week.
Ah, yes. Not just buttered to Dalga. You can pick the Hotel Debord for all I care. But maybe not every week. How about once a month?
Whatever. Whatever you arrange, I can take. But seriously though, from now on, all the new recruits we've got are yours. Keep a good eye on Marnie and Roxanne. They make sure they don't lose themselves in their work. And don't let the recruits come up short of where you were back in the day. This moment any of them slacks off, give them a swift kick in the rear.
I will. A swift kick in the rear.
Good. My sisters are calling me down to Natland for a vacation. I might be out of Fontaine for a couple of months.
It's almost like that's the next quest or something.
And when I'm back from vacation, I'll be coming to inspect your results.
I won't let you down, instructor. I do think there was one before this, too, that I missed, but... oh well. Whatever free time you get, you know. We met again at last. How have things been with you lately? Thanks for asking. How's it been for you in Fontaine? Honestly, some good and some bad. Let's get the bad out of the way first. As I was crossing some open water on my Soul Sniper, I drifted a bit too close to the shooting range. The Special Patrol mistook me for an airborne target and let off 2 volleys in my direction. Oh no! Luckily, I was moving fast enough that they couldn't lead the shots properly. Not a single round connected, and Captain Chevreuse arrived in time to call a halt to things. Talk about rough luck, as long as there were no misunderstandings or friction. Well, only good things followed after that. I took a few easy turns into the city, taking my time to admire all the exquisite man-made architecture, the elaborate machines and ornaments, and the beautifully intricate clothes. I've been a little worried beforehand. The court of Fontaine is a fortress walled by stone. I wondered whether the limited sightlines might feel oppressive. As it turned out, the experience was just the opposite of life in the Flower Feather clan. Being surrounded by towering buildings gave me, somehow, a strange and pleasant sense of safety. Once the war game's over, I'd like to take a couple more turns through the city. First, what's it been like working with the Special Patrol? Well, above expectations, and not just by a bit. Their discipline is remarkable, though I can already imagine some of the tribal warriors finding them too rigid, too tied up by rules to fight freely. But after training new recruits whose baseline skills were all over the map, I gradually came to understand. When individuals don't have overwhelming personal strength, cooperation and discipline are the last guarantee of stable combat power. So I've had a thought, though it might not be one I can act on. Bringing Captain Chevreuse back to Natlan with me and getting her to throw in with the Flower Feather Clan's warriors, the Mora question would be tricky, naturally. Fontaine's wages and cost of living are both on the higher end, but I'd find a way to put together an offer she'd be happy with, just beyond Mora. You think the Special Patrol is stronger than the Saurian Riders? I figure you'd consider the warriors stronger. No, this isn't about who's stronger or weaker. The point is to make up for what we lack with what they have. I'm proud of the Flower Feather Clan's warriors, and I've never doubted the Saurian Riders' ability to take down any monster. But it's precisely because I know and trust them that I'm clear on our weak spots. In every battle, we inevitably take certain amounts of casualties. In the past, we held together as tribes, each warrior doing their part in battle, our coordination looking decent enough on the surface. But when it comes to bringing together the process of responding to losses, training efficiently, and replenishing combat strength, making warrior teams more resilient, our friends in Fontaine clearly have a wealth of experience worth studying in depth so we can grow stronger ourselves. I think I see what you mean. Managing teams, designing training programs, giving precise commands, in these areas Captain Chevreuse must be one of Fontaine's foremost experts, no? Because it's not just about strength, it's about strategy. Her professional skills to a warrior pursuing collective strength are like a slab of meat sizzling on the open coals to a starving soul.
She really is essential to Fontaine. You could absolutely call her one of its key figures.
A shame then. Fontaine certainly won't let her go. Poaching from an allied force isn't exactly something a proper warrior of the tribe should be doing. Just like it as a not-so-appropriate joke on my part. Take it as a not-so-appropriate joke. I mean, you can still train together. All good. I'll catch up with you again later. Same as ever, then. Always run off your feet. Is there one more over here? I don't think so. Just the bird ready to eat the crab. Adari Knight, Koch the Gunsmith greets you. May your range estimates be precise and your ballistics ideal. And you are? I'm a member of the support company, normally stationed at Dortmund Port. This time I've been sent over to maintain the equipment used in the wargame. Before muskets were issued in bulk, I worked quite a bit with the cavalry company's bow and crossbow shooters in addition to the ranged company, so you could call me an old friend of Horkin and Hedwig. And this time, the moment word came down from the joint wargame, Hedwig went and named me directly to lead the gunsmith team. Suits me just fine. Gives me a chance to really feel for the new Fontanian muskets. About the other workings of the observation grenade. Let me guess, you're going to ask, how does it change direction? The principle isn't actually that complicated. The grenade body uses a low-energy smokeless powder, so its speed isn't anything dramatic. Pair that with the adhesive devices around the observation mechanism, and on impact it sinks to the target, then the side-mounted tracer at the rear ignites, sending out a hit confirmation signal. The remaining space in the warhead is packed with directional charges. Once it's been remotely guided to a point next to the target, igniting those propellants sends it flying onward. And so in a war game, the observation grenade can perform a limited number of redirections, which fits the war game's theme perfectly. With a finite number of shots, achieve the most flawless trajectory. And I'll come back to chat with you in a bit. Understood. I'm here on standby anytime. Alright, Hedwig, what you got for me? Frankly, I've never expected the honorary knight to come and join the wargame as well. The set appears quite the production. What other work do you do? Designated scapegoat. Excuse me? Joking. Truth is, it's all classic clerical work. Whether it comes up, I'm the one running negotiations between the knights, the Palais Memoria, and the Natlanese warriors. It cuts down to the friction of having too many people going back and forth. Procedural matters during cooperation also fall on me to handle, and I manage the overall land and travel expense budget for the exchange teams. That sounds rough. Well, here we're meeting, aren't we? And there's our legendary marksman, Captain Chevrus of the Special Patrol, known to put rounds within a 1 arc-minute dispersion at 1,000 paces. And then there's the not evaluable by normal standards Saurian rider Chaska. Her marksmanship is ever absurdly precise. It's like she's got a stabilizer mechanism built into her hands. I mean, maybe she does. More like her feet, but still. No matter how messy or exchanging the work gets, no matter how messy or exhausting the work gets, I'm coming out way ahead. They could pay me a negative salary and it'd still be worth it. Plus, I've been finding the musket suits rather well. After my injury, I'd given up hope of fighting with the sword again. As it turns out, in a war game I borrowed Coach's musket and had a few goes at the scenarios. The results were pretty respectable. Maybe one day I'll be able to return to the front lines with this weapon someday. The crowd doesn't seem all that big, though. By the standards of the early technological exchange meetings, this is a serious turnout. It's a mixed deployment from the Wrangled Support and General Affairs companies. And if our good vice captain of the 5th Company hadn't begged off with some peculiar excuse, the knight's presence alone would be enough to wipe out a sizable monster outfit. To say nothing of the Fontaine captain and the Natlanese Saurian riders we've got here as well. Anyway, let's start the drill. Assault the unsteady stronghold. A training ground consisting mainly of ruined walls and rubble. Stone pillar objects obstruct the targets, so be mindful of your firing angles. In this exercise scenario, the enemy's occupied the ruins and is attempting to turn them into a temporary stronghold. Your forces are to pursue them inside and eliminate all threats. Drill start. Fire the observation grenade and hit all targets. Some targets in the drill ground have not yet been marked for reconnaissance. Confirm shot. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Targets marked. Targets marked? Up here? RB to click a target to mark it. Oh. Boink. Does it count?
I can't see him through the pillar.
Here you go, yoinky splanky. The longer projectile travel distance, the higher the score. Wait. The longer the projectile's travel distance, the higher the score, so... Oops! I didn't mean to do that. I guess we're going after you now. I was pressing B to back out of it. Okay. So I can hit 4 from here. I can't hit those, though. Yay. Ooh, I can't hit 3. I have to hit 1. Behold, we've assassinated them all. Next, a new clash at Old Theater, a training ground modeled after the ruins of an amphitheater. Oh great, so you're really gonna hear it go off. Offering relatively open sightlines. In this exercise scenario, two hostile forces investigating the ruins cross paths here in combat. It's about to break out. I didn't realize about starting with one that was potentially further away than others. Okay, some of these move. This is such cheery music for assassination. Just saying. You're missing this dude. 3 is obviously... Oops. Do I not have a zoom in? Okay, you're too close. Does 1 come out from behind hiding? Oh, 4 would have been farther though. Beans. I was so excited about getting one that I didn't think it through. Oh, but now I can't hit 2! Fine. It's still max score, who cares? These are meant to be more silly than anything anyways. Three, mountain standoff. A mountainous training ground with uneven terrain. Its complexion elevation changes words. Oh my god. Its complex elevation changes present a new challenge when planning shot trajectories. I should drink some tea or something. Oh my goodness. But with enough mastery, that challenge can be turned into an advantage that vexes the enemy, allowing a small force of elite troops to delay an enemy force many times its size. Ooh, what are the hoops? Do I get bonus points if I go through a hoop? One-time ideal trajectory rings appeal on the drill ground. Pass the observation grenade through them and hit your targets to earn a large number of points. Okay, bonus points. Multiple firing positions are available on the drill ground. Follow the arrow indicators to move between them. Get a full view of the area and plan the most efficient training strategy. Okay. I gotta mark them all out first, though. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is behind the tree. Oh, I can't increase my sight range, dang it. Boink. Oh, I bet I can hit 1 from here. Although I gotta say, I'd really like to pass through a ring in order to get some of these guys. Oh, I can get 5 from here. Hurry before he's too close. 2 is like just out of sight. 4, 5, there's 3 left, so I gotta aim for them. Oh no! It hit the bridge! Dragon. I was too angsty for my headshot. Yes, I know what the layout is, game. Thank you. Because once I change firing positions, I can't really go back. Can I hit 2 if I go through that? Yeah! Kerbooshkish. I won't hit that if I do, but I can hit 6. Okay, 4, 1, 3. Dang it. 3 is probably going to be a hard hit, too. Blink. It's called impatience. There, I would have done it the first try if I hadn't miffed my shot, but whatever. Breakthrough the Valley Pass. Valleys are classic examples of terrain that is easy to defend and difficult to attack. Even in an age where long-range weapons are widespread, conducting an effective operation to seize such passes with minimal losses remains one of the most important training subjects for forces of all sides. Ooh, I can only hit those guys from the back. So they got shields. Some targets deploy shields that can block the observation grenade, making the shot ineffective. Plan your trajectory carefully and aim around the shield to hit the target. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't see it down there, but 5, 6, and oop, no. Are there 2 of you? No. Oops. Somehow, my jittery trigger finger went through all of the dang. I could have had double bonus points. My shot was hilariously too good. Boink. Is there one over here? Can't see him if there is. Oh, there's one over there. I could probably get one of you. Like, do I want 6, 4, 2? But then 3's close. Gonna have to. Let's go 6. Otherwise, I can't guarantee I can see 3. I could see 3. Matter of fact. I still hate that my gun went off and it somehow missed the loop. Despite the fact there was 2 of them for easy points. Retake the strong point. An exercise based on worst case scenario. A camp anchoring your battle line has been captured by enemy forces, and you must regroup for an offensive to retake the entire area. Barracks at varying distances, towered watchtowers, and roving patrols have all become factors that might be carefully analyzed. And also she bonus points. Ooh, some of these like to really run around. One, 2, 3. Is that everybody? Okay, I can't get through the ring if I hit that. I feel like it's baiting me into. Oops. Dang it. Are they moving when I fire, though? Or do they have a brief moment where they hold still? 5. I need you to do me a favor, buddy. Okay, good to know. He wasn't through the ring yet, though, so that's on me. But you're not. Damn you, you're in the trees. I should still be able to hit him. I'm coping. Okay, good, I got it all. Last one, I think. Hunt through the Shadowed Town, an exercise scenario themed around a desperate situation. Your forces have suffered heavy losses and been scattered completely, with only small detachments remaining. You must operate at night, sow chaos in an enemy-controlled town, take as many targets as possible, and turn the area into a sink for enemy reinforcements, creating an opportunity for allies to turn the tide. Probably gonna be, yeah, super spread out. I don't like that some of them are way down there. But I can change positions. Maybe. So we're gonna have to go up and down. I don't like in order to hit him, I have to do the other one, but... I feel like that's one of the only ways to get him. Can I... Sorry, doggo. Actually, I could probably hit the doggo from up top, but then I can't get the ones on the bottom. He goes about right here. Yeah, I can get 6 from here. It's further away, 6 or 2. Don't like the distance on these. Okay, did I get it? It looks like I maybe squeaked it. Yeah, I did. Get all rewards. Lots of leveling materials and a few primos. There should be like a gun thing eventually. Yeah, here we go. The rationale behind the grenade. Ornament memento. Is this for the teapot? A model based on the musket equipped with the observation grenade module, intended solely for display. Combat is the battle of endurance, and marksman's ammunition is always limited. Every shot must therefore be deliberate, precise, and tactically sound. To maximize combat efficiency and keep the marksman's security concealed, the observation grenade was conceived. Its invention was turned what had once been little more than a tactical ideal into a practical reality. Okay. that should be... yeah, 100% on everything. So, we have a deal? We have a deal.
Deal? What deal? Did Paimon miss something important?
The formal phrasing would be confirming the signature on a memorandum. The Joint Training Memorandum on Improving Shooter Effectiveness. On reflection, recruiting Miss Chaska to the Special Patrol would mean an incalculable loss of talent for her homeland of Natlan, not the wisest move. And the Special Patrol's clockwork stable functioning would be unimaginable without Captain Chevrus's daily command and coordination. Without her, Fontaine would run into no shortage of trouble. To achieve our objective, we need an unprecedented form of cooperation.
What is this astonishing telepathy going on?
Two expert minds have lined up. They found a plan that works for both of them. In short, after consulting with Captain Chevrus, we've decided to start a long-term study exchange of representatives within 3 months. The plan can strengthen cooperation between the Special Patrol of the Flower Feather Clan and the Knights of Favonius while keeping the burden as low as possible.
In the literal sense of words? You'll send people back and forth. Flower Feather Clan warriors stay in Fontaine for a stretch, and Special Force fighters head off to Natlan?
Exactly, though in practice it's not as simple as just letting people from each side go live in the other country. The selection of the representatives, the lodging, the daily curriculum, the simulation training, and the live drill schedules, the budget arrangements, every detail needs symmetric planning. And we'll be focused on the weak spots, addressing each with its own specific remedy. For instance, the Natlanese warriors don't pay much attention to formation theory, and the Fontanian shooters have almost no live experience with movement against movement marksmanship. So we'll have the Natlanese warriors work in disciplined squad-level units, and we'll have the Kukasars grab the Special Patrol shooters by the shoulders, fly them low, and have them shoot at intercepting targets.
That sounds way too strict.
If you can actually pull it off, this results would be tremendous. Targeted training of weak points is the most effective method, after all. Many of the planned courses also rely on excellent equipment from our Mondstadt allies. Representatives from the Knights of Favonius are essential, and any results from the program should be shared with them. Captain Chevrus, that's most thoughtful of you. Once again, our thanks for your generous offer. In this drill, the observing grenades and the suite of equipment all perform normally. We'll continue regular deliveries per the existing procurement contract. As for sending representatives to study, please let me convey this back to our headquarters so that the officers can issue a formal reply. I'll provide you with the formal written documentation. I'll be waiting for good news from you. And to close, the topic should return to our ballistic wargame. Captain Chevrus is uncommonly pleased with this round's results, after all. Yes, with a remarkable control group performance to compare against, our final piece of the puzzle is in place. This drill has produced a wealth of ballistic planning thanks to our samples, covering shooters of every skill level. Enough to substantially improve the original musket marksmanship textbooks, and even the instructor manuals for shooting training. Efficiency could be raised several-fold. Feel free to call me anytime for the next wargame. I'll be glad to take part in another exercise like this one. That's just what I was waiting to hear. Rest assured, I'll send you a letter the moment the time comes. With the marksmanship talent you're showing, you ought to be the one sitting on the test setter's side of the table next time.
Helping our friends in Mondstadt, Fontaine, and Natlan all get stronger is the best feeling there is. If one day Paimon hears that the books we helped put together produced an amazing warrior, and that warrior drove off monsters with a few quick shots keeping everybody safe, that feeling will be just as good as scaring the bad guys off ourselves. Proud and grounded all at once.
Alright, Tarina probably has some new dialogue. Captain, were you serious about what you just said? I'll have to be carried through the air by Kukasaurs too. That's right. And I'll have to practice handling the musket up there, shooting at ground targets at high speed? That's right. Then, is there a raise involved? There is. I'm in. Honestly, even with the raise I'll be in, money's never the issue. The dignity of a special patrol officer is. If the Flower Feather Clan Saurian Riders can do it, I'm not about to admit defeat. Honestly, I knew you'd accept even without the raise, but I don't want to shortchange anyone on the team. So beyond the raise, there's a series of supplementary insurance arrangements and stipends as well. To make sure you've got the stamina to handle the harsher combat conditions, I'll be adding targeted physical conditioning training as well. Let's start with a 100,000 pace weighted run. I'll run my best. Dangling in midair really does take it out of you, doesn't it? So this 100,000 pace run, I'll carry 50 units of weight? I was going to say 35 units. It's almost like she's too eager. But since you're voluntarily 50, then let Lear can run the same standard. We'll see whether the others can take it after that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't listen anymore? Yeah. See if anybody else has anything. As for the candidates we'll send to Fontaine for the long-term exchange, my top picks are Zunin and Inknak. Two of them will be coming together to work out quite well. Alright, is almost done for the day. Fancy a couple of drinks at the Rusty Rudder over there? Drinks? You'd be paying out of your own pocket then? I'm not approving a single mora for it. All good, we'll cover it ourselves and bring a few good bottles back to Horkin, Ursula, and Gunther. Oh, and Captain Kaya and the Grand Master, too. Count me out, regardless. I've got to organize the records from the wargame properly, and the range company has to leave someone behind to help me. And there's the Special Patrol's written documentation for the Grand Master, the study exchange plan. We've gone and made another first fine start for something without even meaning to. And does Hedwig have anything else to say? Nope. It's just the same thing, which means we are done. Huzzah! That is it for final long range sightlines. We have obtained everything, and I believe we have also, yeah, we've seen the epilogue because it just says quest completed when I go to deal with it. So that is it for this special episode for Genshin Impact. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, and I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye bye!